Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This, of course, is another anime reaction, and today, it took a little while, but I'm finally back here for Haikyuu to the top, aka Haikyuu Season 4. I don't remember, Season 3 was a great time, I loved watching it, but I don't know if I had the best reactions for it. I don't know, I just felt like I didn't have as much to talk about it as I do with a series like Gintama, where there's usually a lot to talk about, but I'm going to finish what I started. I'm going to, at the very least, complete Season 4, and I'll be caught up with where the anime is right now. I'm working on reading the manga. I'm only in Volume 7 right now, so that's like close to the end of Season 1. But either way, I'm here. I'm going to start Season 4, hopefully finish it sometime in June, if I don't get bogged down with other shows that I want to like make reactions to, you know what I mean? But I'm getting way out of hand. We're going to get started with Episode 1 of Haikyuu Season 4. As always, link in the description below will take you to the uncut reaction onto the Pixel Drain or BitChute. So go click on one of those links in the description below, and you can watch the uncut reaction there, and then come back to YouTube for the discussion. I did not. That was an amazing episode because I didn't even notice the episode was over. I didn't feel the episode passing at all. Maybe it's because not really much happened. We're just setting up the first half of I assume the first half of the season, and the second half is going to be some matches. And obviously, they're not going to get through the entire tournament in one season, because that would suck. That would not be long enough. And I don't know where the rest of the manga goes, because the manga goes to like 45 or something volumes. But there's no way that's all nationals. At least I don't think it will be. Maybe at some point when the third years do graduate and Tanaka and Nishinoya are third years, and Hinata, Kageyama, Tsukishima, Yamaguchi, and all of them are second years. Then we get a new group of first years. Oh boy, it'll suck to see the third years go, but that'll be an interesting place to take it. And then, more games with more first years and stuff from other schools that we faced so far. But anyway, as I was saying, this season's got some tough competition in terms of proving itself to be better than Season 3, because Season 3, the reason why I love Season 3 so much is because it's like I was saying, it's a culmination of everything that's been built up for the past two seasons. And even then, there was still some development of certain characters in the actual match throughout the season. So it was pretty perfect. It had the perfect OP, perfect ED, and pretty much the entire season was flat out amazing. I don't think it's based on emotional and how much I enjoyed Season 3. I'd put it as my favorite season, but honestly my favorite season is Season 2. Because even though it's not as hype through and through, it has some amazing development, and the smaller matches before Blue Castle or Aoba Josai were really good, and Aoba Josai was an amazing match, but just the fact that Season 3 was a condensed 10 episode, an amazing off the charts hype match, that's what makes it my favorite in terms of hype and whatever. And that's why coming into Season 4, it has a lot to live up to, because another reason why it goes back to the whole culmination of the past two seasons, which is why Season 3 is so amazing, because Shiro Torizawa and Ushijima were built up since Season 1, I think. Since as early as Season 1, they were building up Shiro Torizawa as the strongest school in the prefecture, that they'd be going up. Sorry about that, but Shiro Torizawa was built up as the strongest team in the prefecture. They'd have to go up. Karasuno would have to go up to eventually at some point if they want to get to nationals. And what made them even more threatening was that Aoba Josai, which is at the time the strongest team, which Karasuno lost to in Season 1, but Aoba Josai loses to Shiro Torizawa pretty much every time. So it's setting them up as a really intimidating, all-powerful team that we could never hope to even compete against. So, and that got built up even more through Season 2 as well. They were built up for 2 whole seasons, and then we finally got to take them down after a huge back and forth struggle, which was amazing. It was perfect. And I that's why I have such high expectations of Season 4, because they don't have that anymore. Shiro Torizawa, they're out. They're not in nationals, so they have to figure out how to make even stronger teams, which is honestly probably not too hard to do. There's probably still a lot about volleyball I don't understand yet, because I'm learning volleyball through Haikyuu, and so that's not as much of a concern. But what is somewhat more of a concern is that not only were they built up as amazing opponents throughout the entirety of 2 whole seasons, 2 whole 25 episode seasons, they were also built up in a way that made you kind of feel for them as people, because we've seen tons of prideful, like big, strong volleyball teams lose games and get really emotional about it, and the same thing happened to us. Karasuno lost against Aoba Josai in season 1. They got really emotional. The restaurant eating food, and then that always gets me. And so knowing the pain of loss, you instantly have a feel for who these people are and why they fight so hard and have gotten so strong. It's because they don't want to lose. Everyone who's playing the volleyball game has that same feeling. But with Shiri Torizawa, they have their own unique way of doing things, and it's just like they're also individual people that have their unique quirks and unique ways that they mingle and talk to each other and work together as a group. And I think because Shiri Torizawa has had that build up throughout the 2 seasons and even in season 3, it made them like a very compelling opponent for us to want to beat, even though we know it sucks that that they end up really upset by it later on. So the main concern is, how are they going to do that here? Because the stakes are the highest they've ever been. They've come to nationals. They don't want to lose. Karasuno's come to nationals. They don't want to lose very early on and have to go home because they want to stay on the court the longest, right? And we already know, of course, the other teams are going to feel the exact same way. But I hope, and then it might just be one of those cases where it's like they don't have a centralized opponent that they have to build up to be able to beat. It's just, match after match after match with different very strong groups, and it's not like there's a main rival with which was like with Aoba Josai or eventually Nekoma. Sorry about the again, but yeah, I don't know. I doubt they're gonna do, other than Nekoma. I can't think of like a huge big rival that'll be going up. Maybe that'll be the end of season 4, but like is going up against Nekoma for their final they finally getting their match on nationals again, like they'd always wanted to. Who's to say? But other than that, the art style seems a little bit different, especially with Asahi. I don't know if that's in the manga, but his hairline changed, which is it just threw me for a loop. Other than that, animation looks great. Maybe it's just episode 1. We'll have to see until we get to the rest of the season. But that's pretty much all I had to say about this episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to press the like button. And if you don't want to miss out on a single Haikyuu reaction in the future, at least for season 4. Now, I don't know about any further seasons. Make sure, either way, subscribe, turn on notification bells, and thank you all for watching. See you later.